They don't want to be seen. They'll be looking for lightweight, portable cash, jewellery, electronic items, that kind of thing.
Once the burglar finds it, it's gone. And so are they.
My name's Claire Nee and I'm a forensic psychologist at the University of Portsmouth. We're interested in the mindset of the burglar, how they make decisions, their behaviour, their emotions, both around the scene of the crime and once they get into the house. And the way we've done that is by comparing very experienced burglars to people with no experience of doing burglary at all. As psychologists, we'd really like to observe behaviour whenever we can. That's because, although it's very helpful to interview people in many situations, their memory will be very prone to error. We know that from decades of research. The problem for us, of course, is that it's impossible to observe crime while it's actually happening.
But what if you could? Today, Claire is getting a front row seat as real burglar and non-burglar are taking on a house in this computer-simulated neighbourhood to see if they exhibit the same behaviour that they would in real life.
There's a new way of understanding crime about what's vulnerable and what's not in a much more accurate way than we could before. And by using that data, we can actually teach householders to become more aware of the risk around their environment and their houses and help to reduce the opportunities for burglars. We've got a whole programme of research here at the University of Portsmouth that looks at how householders assess the risk around their homes and their environment generally. And we're going to use that to find the absolute best way to teach householders to reduce the risk around their homes, and that should also hopefully not increase their fear of crime. Another major aim of the research is to understand the decision-making of the burglar. An enormous amount of their decision-making is actually automatic and unconscious, and so that's something that's been kind of underestimated in rehabilitation. And even if someone, is very serious about desisting from crime, we have to teach them to recognise those unconscious decisions early on in the decision chain that would actually stop them from ever committing the burglary.
First, she observes how they rob a real home.
We picked a house that a burglar would typically be interested in. The ends of terraces are always much more vulnerable due to the side and rear access. We saw the burglar dart down the side of the house, having come up a dark alleyway. He quickly appraised the general area, scoping it around and looking at the rear access without even glancing at the front of the house, the windows or the doors there. We have increased the amount of money we spend on security on our houses, but 50% of them said they got in through an open door or window. The burglar very quickly went upstairs to the high-value main adult bedroom. He ignored the bathrooms, the children's rooms, etc. Burglars have often said, "I do this on automatic pilot. The only thing I'm listening out for is noises that signify that someone is returning," because burglars really don't want to meet their victims. He was very discriminate about which jewellery he took and found identity documents which were also very valuable. The novice pushed in the front door, spent a lot of time downstairs, really kind of piled everything up, which wouldn't be the case with most burglars. He was trying to take the TV, a very heavy, conspicuous item that a burglar would know would be very difficult to walk down the road with. We could see quite clearly and dramatically the difference in the approach of the expert burglar versus the non-burglar, and we call that dysfunctional expertise.